All right, all right. Uh, uh, Let me make sure. Sharing YouTube screen. Okay. Uh, let's make sure we're sharing the demo. Okay, move. All right. Uh, uh, yeah, yeah. Uh, uh, yeah, All right. Let's. Uh. All right. Let's see if we can send that link. Do this fast. It's not easy again, boys. It took me. Shit. Oh, fuck. Uh, 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 uh. All right. We have the first one. Hello, Francis.
Hi.
Hi. Thank you for coming on. I was just waiting on the other two, but I don't know if they're coming on or what's going on. But I thought we would just get started. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, good. Just it's been quite a busy day today.
Yeah, it's a Friday.
Yeah. Any good plans for this weekend?
Yeah, I'm going out with some friends tonight. And
Doing?
I'm hanging out with some family on the weekend. How about you?
Well, I was gonna go to a Warriors game, but seeming that they got eliminated, so that defeat that just killed my plans.
Oh, yeah. I don't really watch basketball that much. I'm more of like a football and baseball person.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I went. I mean, I'm an Oakland fan, but now I guess it's Las Vegas.
Not a Vegas fan. How about baseball? Are you a Sacramento? What do you call it? Sacramento fan?
Right, a temporary Sacramento fan.
Yeah, I went to their stadium last year because it was like a shit show. I paid maybe $3 for a ticket.
At the Sacramento?
No, no, no. At the A's. So the last season they were here in the Bay Area in Oakland.
Oh yeah, the last season for sure. I only
Yeah,
went to a couple games.
really.
Yeah, I wish I went to the very last one, but I had work.
Uh, I mean, you don't have to like share specifically, but what kind of work do you do?
um, well, I used to work for Bank of America. I was a treasury implementation advisor. But I was actually let go back in January.
Oh, so you're just like looking for a job at the moment.
I actually am. Yes.
There's like Indeed and all these websites where you can like like look for jobs or whatever.
Yeah, Indeed and LinkedIn. But
Yeah.
I'm getting unemployment right now, so
Oh, that's good. At least that
yeah.
helps. You know, that
Yeah,
helps,
it does.
right? So yeah, let me begin with the questions I have for you. Okay, so here goes question number one. What do you think, like when it comes to you choosing a partner, do you think height matters? Like, cause there's communities, really dumb communities. I call them dumb because for me they're dumb, but there's a lot of dumb communities where for hours and hours and hours they discuss, oh my God, height is important, height is important, height is so important. It's like, no, it's not. But that's just my opinion. That's my opinion. I know for a fact based on what I've experienced.
Mhm.
It's not that much of a importance as people make it out to be. But what do you think? What's your opinion on that?
Well, for my honest opinion, I'm about 5'3". I just I mean, I'm straight, so obviously I like men. So I just don't want to feel bigger or taller than my man, especially if I'm already 5'3". I think for me, height does matter a little bit. As
Right.
long as you're just a couple inches above me, that's fine. Cause I mean, if I wear platforms and heels, I don't want to be like towering over, you know?
Right.
So for me, height does matter. You just have to be a little taller than me, that's all.
Right. So
You don't have to be over 6 foot, but I mean, you know what I
well,
mean.
okay, yeah. You got to make six figures, be at least 6 foot tall. Um, hold on, somebody's backstage. I think. Hold on, 1 second. Let me. Okay, so I have somebody else, by the way. So there's another person. Hold on, let me bring them on, if you don't mind. Uh, hello, Claire.
Hi.
Hi, thank you for joining us. So, I started already with question number one, by the way. It's okay if you missed out, but thank you for
I
coming on, by
did
the way.
hear it. I did hear it.
Okay, all right. So you want to give us your intake on question number one, whether height matters to you?
Yeah, I would go off the first answer as well. I am 5'9", so I would say that I'm relatively either the same height, or taller. So like maybe 5'11" or taller. So yeah, I would say it does matter sometimes, if I'm being quite honest.
Okay, no, I'm ain't no judgment here. It's all it's all terms of it's a personal thing. So it's okay. I'm not here to judge. We all like different things. We all like short, tall, whatever. But in just thinking my humble opinion, like just height is not as important as people make it out to be. That's all I'm saying.
It's all about the
Totally.
honesty.
Right, right. So my question number two here is, what do you guys think of men on dating apps? And like I said, you can be honest. I'm not gonna judge you on your answer. I'm 100% judge free zone here. So you can tell me what you think about men on dating apps. Again,
Um,
be honest.
it's a little broad. Do you want to like make it a little bit more specific, or do you just mean
Yeah.
like in
So
general?
yeah. So what do you girls think of guys? Uh, Basically, obviously you guys get millions of messages, right? Every day from different types of men. So basically, my question is, what makes you click on that message? Because obviously, we know that women have more options than men. So, what makes you click on that message rather than that other? Like one message over the other. Basically, does that make sense?
Yeah, I'd say like maybe the thing that makes it click better would just be like someone who's a little funny, like kind of has banter, like a little playful, just because
Right.
messaging someone you don't know can obviously be um you just like don't know where to lead with it. So someone who's just warm and welcoming, definitely, and just like playful makes it easier.
Right. Okay. No, that makes sense. All right. So my next question here will be, as you had all this written down, I'm prepared here. Okay. So for my next question is here. This is more of a personality versus looks question. Have you guys ever dated a guy who your friends thought maybe he wasn't as attractive, but maybe you found him attractive because he was, I want to say, like you were mentioning earlier, funny or maybe charismatic or something. Um,
Um, I wouldn't base it off of looks. I mean, it's just basically off of vibes on how I'm vibing with that person.
mhm,
Um, Definitely if they're making me laugh and making me feel comfortable, I wouldn't say I would care about their looks, more on how, if I'm more comfortable with their energy.
right.
But obviously I do like my partner to be, I mean, I want to be attracted to my partner as well, but um yeah. I don't know. It's just based off of vibes for me, to be honest.
Okay. How about you, Claire?
I would say that, like, so your question is just like,
Basically, sorry, I made it too complicated. Basically, my question is, have you ever dated somebody who maybe wasn't as attractive, but maybe something in him made you be more attracted to him? If that makes sense, I don't know.
oh yeah, for sure. I would say like I think it's human nature to, instantly go off look sometimes, but I would say a lot of the times it's the guys who are just, you know, like have a really strong, like funny personality that totally went over in comparison to maybe someone who would be better looking. So I think personality definitely outweighs. But maybe looks initially from the get-go could be
That's the
what
thing,
gets people, but then it's not going to follow through much longer after.
right? Like you can be like I don't know, like a 8 out of 10, but then if your personality shit later on, then obviously you're gonna not be attracted to that guy, correct?
Yeah, exactly. I think like it could be looks can be like shiny and exciting for, an hour, and then you get to know somebody, and that's what really counts and matters, at least for me, in
Right.
my experience.
Okay. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Um, okay, so my next question, I'm trying to do this as fast as possible because I know we're on a time zone here. Um, have you guys heard of pickup artists? Do you guys know what pickup artists are? Pickup artists.
No.
No.
So, to a pickup artist is basically a guy who I want to say I don't want to say the word drifts off other people, but basically a pickup artist is a dude basically who teaches other men how to be good at picking up women, which obviously I know it sounds kind of ridiculous and all, but in my experience, I think you learn with it doesn't take a pickup artist for you to learn this shit. I think you learn with time and experience and all this other crap. But anyway, the reason why I was asking is because there's a lot of I'm in certain communities where they're like, okay, if you buy my book, if you buy my course, you're gonna get all the women you want. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that makes sense.
I truthfully have no experience with that, so I could not answer if that were to happen though, would I like, I don't know. I think women go to matchmakers all the time, and maybe that's like a similar concept in a different light. Um, so maybe I wouldn't want to know about it, but if that's what somebody needs to
Right,
do to like boost their confidence and get out there, then yeah, go for it.
right. I wanted to, but both of you girls, I wanted to show you this guy who everybody, I get at least in some of the communities I'm in, says that he's like a perfect, not perfect, but he says he's like a slaves, with women, and I just wanted to show you how he looks like, and I wanted, both of you to see if you find him attractive, or I just wanted you to be honest. And by the way, he's not watching this, nor I ever talk to him, but I just wanted you girls to tell me whether he's attractive or not. Okay, so I'm
Sure.
gonna show you something real quick. 1 second. Okay, let's see. Share screen. Okay, I think I'm already sharing screen. Do you girls see like a YouTube thing?
I don't see anything.
You don't see anything? Hold on. Let me. Oh, percent. Okay. Stop screen. Percent share screen. Okay. Okay, do you girls see something now?
Yes.
Something on the screen? Yeah, okay. Okay, so let me show you girls one something really quick. Okay. Take 1 second. I'm using a kind of an older MacBook. My other MacBook got a little bit of water on it, and apparently technology nowadays, you get a little bit of water and they break easily. Okay.
I think technology has always been like that with water.
No, I it's like products nowadays. At least for like a couple of years ago, I used to have a Motorola phone when I was like, I don't know, 2005, before the iPhone came out, and I had that phone for like 3 or 4 years. Then ever since then, I've had iPhones, and they only last you like every 2. It's like when it hits a 2-year mark, it's like something happens to the phone for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but anyway, some of these videos are really cringy, by the way. Just fair warning. Okay, God, I mean, there's a sure. By the way, I'm not associated with this people.
Very good point.
Well, no.
So she doesn't have extensions. She has.
What do you think? What do you girls think?
Very good point. So she doesn't have extensions. She has really long, beautiful dark hair. Do not yank the girl's hair.
The guy in the video?
Yeah, the guy with the. First of all, I wanted to ask you girls: do you think
when you yank it, you're fucked?
He thinks he does not have an accent, but I just wanted to ask you girls: do you girls think he has an accent?
What I like to do is turn on. I like to run my hand the back of her like upper back, right? So like this.
Yes, he has an accent.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to. Oh, who do we have here? Okay, Francis.
Yes.
What happened to Oh, she dropped off. Okay, I don't know what happened, but anyway, do you think this guy that I'm showing you, and you can again, like I said, nobody's judging you. You can be as completely honest as possible. 1 out of 10, what would you give the guy that I'm showing you? Again, I don't know him. I have no relations to this guy. This is just a pickup artist who claims he is very successful with women, and his question and a lot of things. That's why I just wanted to your outtake on what you think of this guy.
Rate out of 1 to 10?
Yes.
Personally, he's not my type. He looks a little bit older. I'm only 27. I would rate a 2.
A 2?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, he's like I said, he's a business partner of he's a business partner of this channel called Playing with Fire. This guy right here. I wanted to ask you, do you think this guy...
What was the journey behind you starting your channel, PsychHacks?
This guy named...
Sure, yes. I'm a clinical psychologist licensed in the state of California. I had a fairly
attractive. This guy. Again, I don't know him. I have no relations, associations, affiliations to this person, but this guy named Alex, the one on the left. Do you personally find him attractive in any, way, shape, or form, or...
For myself, I do not.
Okay. He's only like 34, 35.
I would say a 3 out of 10.
3 out of 10. Okay. Okay. All right. So we'll go back and share the screen. Okay. All right. So for my 2 last questions, my question here is, when you go on dates, do you expect the guy? And again, nobody's gonna judge you for what you have to answer. But when you go on a date, do you expect the guy to pay for the whole meal, or how do you? What's your take on that?
I don't usually expect I will always offer, but it's always, gentlemen if they do take it, but I don't expect them to take the whole bill.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow, that's very nice.
Well, if it's a first date, but if we're continuing, I would, yeah, they would have to pay after.
It was a pay after. Okay. Um, just so I know, did you come in first or second?
I came in first.
First. Okay. All right. I just wanted to. Okay. Okay. Wow, that's very refreshing to hear because I'm not saying all women are delusional, but I've been in many experiences where women are a little bit entitled, and again, not all women are like that, but
I think it's fair for the first date to be half and half. But if, like I said, we're continuing to a second or third, I would expect the man to at least take over.
take over. Okay. All right. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sense. Okay. Have you ever had a boyfriend where I'm not trying to make this as less personal as possible. So, have you ever had a boyfriend where he's like, okay, so where am I going with this question? Okay, that's where I'm going with that question. My question is, have you ever stayed in a relationship longer that like was toxic rather than a relationship that a guy treated you nicer and maybe it didn't last as long? I don't know if that makes sense.
I've actually never had a toxic relationship. I would never get into a toxic relationship.
Right.
Um, uh, I mean, I have dated a nice guy, but it didn't last that long, I would say. Only because it was something else, but it wasn't due to being nice or an asshole.
Oh, it wasn't.
Yes.
Okay. Just to make sure, because I have a really bad memory, you told me that you were working at a bank, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
I was.
Um. Okay. Very interesting. Very interesting. Um. Do you do you think do you think men do you think men very, I don't want to say, how can I put this in a nice way? Do you think men who have no chance with women are like very, I don't want to say ugly, but just, how can I put this in a nice way? Do you think, and again, I don't mean this in a bad way, whoever's listening, do you think virgins who have hard time with women, do you think they should resort to paying for it?
Paying for what?
Paying for sex?
If they are a virgin and don't want to be?
Or, because a lot of men, apparently, I mean, again, I'm not Slayer, I'm not saying I'm a Slayer, I'm pretty average, if anything. But I'm in communities where a lot of men are like in their 20s, almost 30s, and somehow they struggle with women. I mean, obviously, you have to be somewhat good looking, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, it's laziness. They don't want to work on themselves and stuff like that. So it's beginning. I'm hearing this a lot, to the point where a lot of men are just resorting to just paying for it. Like an escort. Personally, I've never done that because it's not my thing. But what do you think? Do you think men should resort to that, or if they have a hard time doing it, or?
Um, I wouldn't recommend it, but if that's something they would like to do, I mean, that's up to them. But there could always be a chance out there if you meet somebody that could be down for free. I mean, I've never had that problem, so I don't really have much of a say on that. Um, but yeah, I would
All
say
right,
it's just up to the guy.
I fell off, but I think I'm got most of what you were saying. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't encourage it, but I mean, if that's what they want to do, then
Right.
that's
It's
their
just
choice.
right. There's this. Have you heard of this guy named Andrew Tate?
No.
Andrew Tate, he basically like a misogynist. Like he has a brother named Christian Tate. Christian Tate.
Oh.
Tates. You never heard of the
Oh,
Tates?
yes, the Tate brothers. I do know who they are.
Yeah. Basically, they teach a lot of people on this community. It's called the Manosphere, where men, like they go on groups like this, and they're like, "Oh my God, yeah, I smashed that one girl, yeah, blah 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 blah, etc. etc."
Yeah, I don't really support them.
Okay, no, that's okay. Like I said, you won't be judged if anything. Yeah, I think it's kind of yeah. I don't. In a way, I don't either, but in a way, I do. Like I'll be honest, but I just don't respect how they share information with each other and pass along, like as if women were just I don't know, things you could use. But that's just my personal opinion.
Hmm.
Oh, somebody said she sounds young. She has a nice voice.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry.
I'm actually just getting over a cold, so
Oh, you were sick?
it's a little deep. Yeah.
Oh, what happened?
I had a cold, so I had a cough, actually, not a cold, a cough.
For how long?
All week.
A week. Wow.
Yeah, so I'm actually feeling better today.
Did you take some medication for it?
Yeah, I just take the usual Dayquil, NyQuil pills.
Oh, okay. Uh, yeah. Whenever I take the Nyquil, I think it's the one that makes you like sleepy.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that. Like sometimes when I was sick, like maybe a week after, I'm not gonna lie, it sounds weird, but I would still take the Nyquil just to sleep, like right away.
Yeah, I used to do that with Benadryl.
Then I'm like, okay, it's been a week since I've been sick. Maybe I should stop taking the Nyquil. Yeah, it does that to you. Okay, so my next really question here is, do you think men nowadays are looking more for hookups or relationship, like to form a family and all that jazz?
I would say based off of my interactions, men are just looking to hook up.
Right, and as a girl, you probably received messages like you were like, "Hey," and you were like, "How are you?" They were like, "Let's fuck," right?
Yeah, get in line, buddy.
How do you feel when you receive those messages? Does it make you feel angry, or do you just like brush it off? Or I'm just wondering, from a woman's perspective, how does it come to you when you get those messages?
Um, I wouldn't say it bothers me because I am on the apps, and I feel like that's usually the most messages I always get, so I'm kind of used to it. I think it's just based off of somebody making the conversation different or comfortable or just a little playful,
Right.
rather than somebody just being upfront and like saying come over like right away. I don't know. That's just like really weird to me.
Yes.
Um,
That's funny. A
um,
lot of guys. It's funny. Sorry to interrupt you, but it's funny you say that because I was showing you that guy named Alex on that YouTube video earlier, like a few minutes ago.
yes.
So they use this line, corny line, whenever they want the girls to come over. And, I'm just wondering if it would work with you. So they go something along the lines of, "You should come over to my romantic balcony so we can split a bottle of wine."
I don't know. Balcony kind of threw me off. I just feel like I'm gonna be thrown off the balcony.
Right? They're like, "Oh yeah, it's yeah." That's what they usually say. Yeah, I'm gonna share let's split a bottle of wine, and it's pretty. Has somebody ever opened with you? Out of curiosity, I'm wondering, has somebody ever opened with you the lines of "A trouble"? Have they ever said that? "A trouble"?
A trouble?
Yeah, like just like hey trouble.
I personally have never heard that term in like person.
No, nobody has ever opened you on like Hinge, Tinder, Bumble with hey trouble.
Oh, hey trouble. I'm sorry. I thought you said a trouble.
No, 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 no. The lines like the text like a and then trouble.
Yeah, I do get that sometimes. Or
Yeah, that's
like
usually
toxica.
or what? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Toxica?
Doxica.
See,
Oh, you speak Spanish?
I do, yes.
Oh shit. Okay. If you don't mind, like like South America or Central America Spanish.
Um,
You don't have to.
Mexico?
Oh, Mexico. Okay, okay. I was the reason why I was saying South America and Central America is because I wasn't gonna say a country but you already said it. It's okay. Okay. Wow. You don't look Latina at all, but that's common sometimes in Mexico and some countries in South America actually. Um, One time in Argentina, like I think Argentina or Uruguay, it's like where the population is like 98% white.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah. What else can I ask you? My question here. Oh, so how long have you been on the dating? I mean, have you what? The reason why I'm asking is because what a lot of girls do is they're really they're in a relationship. Um, sorry, I just got a notification. Somebody was at the door. Um, so what they usually do is they're in a relationship. They break up. They go on dating apps. They find another boyfriend. Or they delete the app, and it's basically a cycle. So, have you been on the dating app ever since like you've been broken up with your significant other, or?
I actually haven't been in a relationship in a few years. I'm always often on the apps. Sometimes I just get overwhelmed or tired of it, so I'll just end up deleting it.
Yes, that's what a
Um,
lot of girls do. They get overwhelmed and they delete it, and then they're like, "Hmm."
yeah, but then like a couple months later, if I get bored or something, I'll probably re-download
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
But I'll only stay on for maybe a couple weeks and then I'll delete it again. It's just like a refresh, like I don't know. It does get overwhelming sometimes.
it does. Yeah,
Yeah, because I just feel like a lot of the conversations are just very repetitive, sorry.
okay.
Um, it's just a lot of the same conversations and a lot of the same outcomes, and sometimes you just kind of get tired of it, so that's when I usually decide to delete all the apps.
You're like delete, delete, delete. I've had enough of this.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not dealing with this.
No, that makes sense. No, that totally makes sense. A lot of girls get overwhelmed. Obviously I'm no girl, but I've had friend girls who've shown me their Tinder or dating apps, and they're like, yeah, I'm not gonna. I get like they get like I don't know, like I want to say 200, 300 messages a day, and it's like if you were to answer every message, you probably would have no time to do other stuff in your life. So it's
Yeah. Are you the guy that I'm matched with
yeah,
on the dating app?
yeah, of course.
Okay, because you
So
sound kind of Latino.
no, no, no. I am Latino. I'm a
Oh,
part of South America where like I was just telling you where like people are like white but look Latino. You know what I mean?
okay, yeah.
So fuck, what was I saying? Sorry you caught me off guard. I was just a train of
Yeah,
thought.
how much longer? I'm sorry, I just have to get ready to be somewhere in a little bit.
Oh yeah, yeah. Give me another like 5 minutes. I did have somebody else
Okay.
coming by, so I'll ask you like two more questions, and then you can go get ready and have your mimosas with your girlfriends.
Yes.
Okay, so my question here is, um, what? Again, you don't have to share. You can like say pass when it comes to this question, but have you ever, has a guy ever convinced you just out of just text that one random night just to like come over, or are you the type of girl that, because from my experience, I've talked to women where on their profiles they're like no hookups, no hookups or whatever, and I've been in situations where like the first or second night of talking to them, they come over, I come over, and shit happens. So have you ever came over a guy's house on the first or second maybe day of texting, or
Um, I would say if it's the person I'm interested in and the vibes are good, I would go over.
okay? Like I said, we're not here to judge. I think you appreciate your honesty.
Yeah.
Okay, so okay, all right, that's fair. That makes sense. All right, so my last question, because I know we talked earlier that you you had to go. So like, let's say tonight, you're going out and your friend girls or whatever, and a guy approaches you. Are you ever given your number on like a guy approaching you randomly?
Um, I usually give my Snapchat or my Instagram.
Oh yeah.
And if like they're serious, then I will give them my phone number, but first I usually give social media.
Yeah, because you don't want to end up like in the plexiglass, huh? Like Joe Goldberg's the victim.
Yeah, I
I know.
noticed that as your profile.
Yeah, I used to have a Joe Goldberg profile like 3 years ago. I'm like, does anybody want to chill in my plexiglass box? Let me know so I can have you working at Mooney's. So have you? Well, first of all, have you ever seen the show?
I have, yes.
Have you seen the last season too?
I'm actually still trying to finish season 4 before I get to the 5th
Wow.
one.
Okay, you're in the season where they're in Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll love it. I mean, it's like my absolute favorite show.
Yeah, the 4th season kind of gives
Like, who's the
what's
killer
that?
vibe?
Like the clue game, I think, right?
Yeah, it gives you like it's thinking, okay, is he the killer? Is she the
Yeah, like
killer?
the killer in
Yeah,
the house. Yeah, it does
exactly,
give that vibe.
exactly. All right, well, Francis, I want to thank you for coming on. I appreciate your time. I will text you later tonight to maybe we can meet sometime this weekend if you have time.
Yeah, shoot me over a text.
Yeah, I will. Thank you for coming on, Francis. I appreciate your time.
Of course, thank you.
All right, have a good one. Thank you.
You too.
Yo, so Rick, Intel Rick. Uh, 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 let's see who else. We're gonna keep this going, boys. 'Cause this is not gonna end here. We got somebody else. Uh, uh, uh. All right.